In the early 1960s, a brilliant young physics student arrived in the cold prairies of Saskatoon, Canada. He had left behind the familiarity of the United States to pursue a PhD at the University of Saskatchewan. But something was unraveling inside him. Quietly and then with terrifying speed, his mind fractured. He began to hear voices, harsh, persistent, paranoid. He became convinced that cars on the road were dangerous, maybe even part of a plot. The world no longer made sense to him. One frigid morning, in a state of full-blown psychosis, he drove to the outskirts of town. He parked on the side of a rural road, pulled out a rifle, and began shooting at passing cars. Miraculously, no one was hurt. He was quickly arrested and taken into custody. The police didn't know what to make of him. He wasn't angry. He wasn't violent in the way they expected. He was lost. His eyes darted, his words fragmented, and his lawyer suspected something deeper than criminality. That lawyer reached out to Dr. Abram Hoffer, a psychiatrist known for his controversial but groundbreaking work in the treatment of schizophrenia using vitamin therapy. Dr. Hoffer saw something that others missed. Not just a criminal, but a mind in deep biochemical distress. Hoffer diagnosed him with schizophrenia and immediately began a treatment protocol that went against the grain of psychiatry at the time. High-dose vitamin B3. The young man met with Hoffer every 2 weeks. At first, he was withdrawn, still partially caught in the veil of hallucination. But over time, something shifted. The storm inside him began to calm, his thoughts cleared, his sleep returned, the voices faded. At one appointment, he looked at Hoffer with lucidity and said quietly, "I wanted to kill someone." This was the moment of insight, the return of self-awareness. The veil of psychosis had lifted enough for him to see the horror of what he had almost done, and with that insight came healing. The charges were eventually dropped on one condition. He was to complete his degree and return to the United States. He did. He went on to become a professor of physics, leading a successful, quiet life, a life that could have ended behind bars or worse. But instead, through a combination of compassion, orthomolecular medicine, and the biochemical power of vitamin B3, his story became one of redemption and recovery. Dr. Hoffer's work taught us that certain individuals have a unique, inherited sensitivity to adrenaline breakdown products, which, when accumulated, can act like hallucinogenic toxins in the brain. Vitamin B3 helps neutralize these toxic compounds,